Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review this biopic, this crime drama, Ted K, which is about Ted Kaczynksi, aka the Unabomber. And this 2-hour film focuses on the psyche and the life that this man Ted lived leading up to his work as the Unabomber and how they were able to take him down. And this film balances a tough tightrope of being that kind of film where it's just like you spend all this time with essentially the villain of this story and film trying to avoid glorifying them. And I don't think they ever do in this film, but there's a lot of it like spreading out and laying out his ideas and stuff like that. And there's a couple moments where I'm just like, oh, I think some of those things, especially with the technology part of like us getting to the point where technology doesn't need us anymore, and then what are they going to do with us? Get rid of us. But the thing is, this whole entire film is very raw and very gritty, and how this film is shot from writer-director Tony Stone and his cinematographer, it feels that textured kind of grittiness. This man's stuck out in the middle of the woods most of the time. There's a dirty, grimy aspect to his being. And the film is also able to use an arresting bit of sound design because he has helicopters that fly over, military jets, and the sound is just ear-shattering. And it helps convey the psychological placement on the spectrum that Ted is throughout this film. And as an audience member, it is impactful and powerful how the technical aspects of this film are taken into account. And it's a very engrossing and well shot experience. It has some inspired slow zoom-ins. It has some inspired long takes. The score in this film is arresting and bold and impactful from Blank Mass, and it's so atmospheric and unnerving. And then there's other like classical music that's incorporated as well that just hits these certain emotions and leaves you in a very weakened state. And this is a very tense film through vast majority of it, and takes you into really dark places. It takes you deep into the mind of this man who hallucinates, talks to this one woman who keeps popping up and popping up. He sees her everywhere. He blames the fact that like he went into like college so early that he never learned how to speak to women in a natural way, and all of these strange interactions. And you have Sharlto Copley, famous South African actor who plays Ted, in a very unnerving and uncomfortable and perfect performance that really captures the fringeness of Ted's psyche and where he really is mentally throughout this film. I do have to say there's times in this 2-hour film where it gets sluggish. It gets boring. And you're just like, when's this going to move along? And it does get to that point a few times, and there could have been some more urgency and built some more tension. But in general, this film is very arresting and unnerving technical achievement with a very committed and impressive performance at the center. And it delves deep into this man's psyche, what drove him, his motivations. And even if it's not a perfect film and not the most consistently engaging throughout, this is still a pretty impressive film and definitely worth taking on and experiencing. But those are my thoughts on Ted K. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.